Can't miss him, can he? Whyte just swinging and hoping, and Joshua...
Too reliant on the power shot. I know he hurts him, but I like to see Joshua start jabbing back at Whyte.
I think in the heavyweight...
Joshua's picking him off as the guard drops a solid, crunching right hook. Whyte can see...
Nice body shot by him.
Really was.
They don't call him the body snatcher for nothing, I guess.
So,
I just like that Whyte came out jabbing, and we get to see...
Josh there after the bell.
You see what happens in
Turn
Whyte
around here. Whyte going for it.
Whyte's got to be careful not to punch himself out, though.
This is what I mean, and try and get Joshua. Joshua hasn't been tested. He's got to test him.
Of course, no.
He's going to have to take chances because he is not going to get himself into this fight.
And he's been hurt tonight. There's another one of those body shots that Whyte got him with earlier.
He's got to take it to Joshua, but you've got to think what you're doing. He's not thinking enough. He's
not doing it. He can't do it. He's still got nearly 45 seconds to get through here. Big swing and a miss from Whyte. Nice. Then took him back, settled him down. And what's Banks said, just to calm Dillian Whyte down. And as you said, Paul, he starts off with the jab. Whyte trying to do just that. Joshua, big right uppercut, followed up with a straight leg.
Back to the ropes. He had nowhere to go. Nothing to do except fight, and he threw a big shot.
And it landed. Let's see what happens. But at the moment, Joshua very watchful. Tee off with those big, solid shots of his.
I like to see Joshua return the jab, though. You know, right? I think Joshua's too
left. The legs wobbled again and again. Dillian Whyte threatening to unravel here. And Joshua, for the first time in his career as a professional, shaken.
Behind the jab that he started the fight with. Regardless of the kind of success, just that jab.
Right comes through. Joshua sticks his tongue out at Whyte. Whyte in survival mode here.
If you can come through the other guy's power, then it's just a matter of time, and I think that's the problem for Whyte at the moment.
Joshua he had to sustain and get through there. Can he hear that bell? Certainly take a punch. And he shook Joshua. He shook Joshua.
Joshua's hurt.
Joshua's in big trouble. Massive turnaround.
Establish the length.
Joshua has never been in this situation before. He's never had to fight.
The legs looked a little bit unsteady for a moment there. It was the left hook that did it.
He's too right. He's a powerhouse that gets people out of there. And I really don't see him any other way.
But can you take a chance against Anthony Joshua?
He's got to get off the ropes right now. You don't want to be there with Anthony Joshua.
And Whyte is starting to come apart here already.
Whyte's got to hold. Whyte's got to hold. He's got to hold.
He's not doing it.
Test his chin out, and Whyte's done that.
Big right hand from Whyte.
He was like a wounded animal.
Both gritted their teeth and dug it out. What a round this has been. Joshua not looking good on his...
He keeps Joshua on the defensive in some ways. And at least it keeps Joshua...
Bell and Whyte not having any of it. Whyte's lost control. Whyte has lost control completely.
Don't tell me that he won under all that kind of muscle-bound stuff.
Yeah, and I think he's thinking too much about...
He's been caught maybe high in the head, but not the chin.
Solid left hand to start with from Joshua. You see that? Right back in his face.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give up that mental edge. Every time, just mix your shots, vary your offense, and you can have that trickery and keep the guy guessing. See what he's doing, trying to put a jab to the
downstairs from Dillian Whyte. Joshua looks for the response though, and gets it. Decent straight three. He's never worked up a sweat before. He's being dragged into something.
When you have the kind of power Joshua has, sometimes you can stray from the plane, although you'd like to see him stay disciplined. But Whyte has to stay quiet a few times already.
And part of this is for a little bit easier for Joshua is that Whyte has slowed down. His best shots already and is still there.
One thing I don't like Joshua's doing is allowing Whyte to be first constantly. You want to be first. Well,
I don't think Joshua likes where this is going. Already the longest fight Anthony Joshua's been in.
Yeah, and what a fight it's been. He's not...
His attack as well.
Good work here. Let's see. You want to see him just be rhythmic with it. Use that jab. Use the feints with it. The way Whyte was actually doing.
Paulie, I think Joshua...
Use the jab first. You know, it's always Whyte initiating.
Yep, he looks slow and kind of heavy-legged, Joshua. As I say, he's never...
Another question. We've never seen Joshua go this many rounds. As the fight progresses, will he keep his power or will the power diminish?
And Jonathan Banks very animated in the Whyte corner.
Just too stiff.
Better again from Joshua, but again,
you can see what kind of reactions you get from Anthony Joshua.
Don't forget, Paulie, in a few seconds, attack the body. He sunk 2 or 3 really good left hooks in the midsection. Clearly hurt Joshua. Good hand speed.
Eventually, I think he's thinking too much about the big shot.
Look at his breathing, guys. He's blowing. This is a guy that's never been past.
He's not able to set up his own offense if he's being jabbed at, and he's got to be defensive on the jab.
Again, a look.
With the power that Joshua has, it's more important for Whyte to remain disciplined on his game plan. Joshua's starting to try to get the timing on the jab.
Well, Whyte hasn't gone as far as proving Joshua's a fake yet. Not at all. Again, a slip.
So Joshua lowers his hands and then put the right hand up to the head.
Joshua lands a swinging left hook, but Whyte has soaked something here, and it's Dillian Whyte that's doing the dragging at the moment. Straight jab from Joshua as well, but Whyte grits his teeth, soaks it over time.
Joshua's timing his punches much better in this round. His timing was pretty nice.
Is breathing very, very heavily now. He's struggling to land clean, isn't he? A really good round for Joshua.
Yeah, he's timing his punches so much better than a couple of rounds ago. This is a real good job he's doing now.
Whyte is still carrying at this stage. And again, Joshua finding it too easy to tag him at the moment. But far from comfort.
Yeah, in a couple of rounds he was doing not too bad himself. I
tell you what, even if Joshua's not throwing the thunder that he was before, he's still boxing nicely in spots. But sometimes you got to make the adjustment. That's part of fighting a 12-rounder. Nice right hand by Joshua. Shot that hurt Joshua in round 2. They're catching that right hand, the jab, and throwing the left hook. But Joshua was smart enough to catch it.
I'll give Whyte obviously the round where he hurt.
Finally got him. Is this the breakthrough? Whyte
What he's doing now.
Yeah, I think he's settled into the fact that this fight will go rounds, so he's got to maintain a game plan and be smart. Jabs at him. Joshua's maintaining his distance. That way he's able to counter back like that. Shot.
Yes, Joshua picking all the good shots at the moment. Whyte not throwing back much at all. Defenses again. Whyte soaking it all up.
Now these were just kind of arm punches that Whyte was throwing there.
Tag there with a beautiful right hand counter. The bookies were convinced it was a Joshua win inside 4. But certainly the notion that he can blast his way through Dillian Whyte has gone. He's having to pick his shot. Whyte looking to try and hold, lands a right hand of his own. Terrific response again from Whyte.
He's in shape. We talked about earlier in the fight how Whyte was always first. Now Joshua is starting to take the tempo away from Whyte.
It was a couple of rounds ago as well. He looks in grab, squat was low. The body shots have knocked some out of him as well. Oh, terrific. Needs a few more of those.
But Joshua took that one really well. Joshua can't shift him. And a switch from body to head again from Joshua.
Get through all this stuff, he's in shape.
Incredible that Whyte is still there. Joshua not letting him off the hook. Howard Foster having a close look. Big, big right hand. Joshua does connect.
Joshua stole the combination from Whyte. That was a combination. You can tell from his body language that he's released the fact that he was looking for a knockout.
He's not been driven back with Joshua. I think he's running up. Yeah, Joshua's keeping him at the range that he wants him at.
Just a second ago, Whyte tried the same shot.
Was done. He was a little bit careless, but I think now he knows.
It's a massive learning experience this for both of them, isn't it? It really is. Neither of them have had it easy tonight, and it's been pretty easy for both of them thus far.
Oh, good body shot.
It's actually not accurate, my scorecard. I actually have given Whyte 2 rounds. I think we can adjust
he's
that.
driving him back. He's doing a better job.
So commendable credit. Keeps firing back every time he does get tagged.